Bienvenidos
to Dolores Y Refugio podcast.
Hello.
¿Qué onda? Bienvenidos.
Woo!
Finally, we're here. Where we at, Mars?
Bienvenidos to Dolores Y Refugio podcast.
Thank you so much, everybody. Muchas gracias a todos por enseñar interés en escuchar lo que tenemos que hablar con ustedes, presentarles. I'm really excited of what this project of ours is going to bring, Mars.
Same. Estoy como un poco nerviosa, pero creo que es muy normal y mis nervios me están diciendo que estoy haciendo lo que debo de estar haciendo. I'm excited. Did I already say that I'm nervous? I think I did, but
Yo también.
I just want to thank you for clicking and staying curious and being like, what are these two up to? And if you don't know us, hopefully you stick around and get to know us too. A little bit about what Dolores Y Refugio is. Dolores Y Refugio is about two cousins who live a state apart and are embarking on their own healing and discovery journey, documenting los dolores and the places they find refuge. When thinking about where change starts, it's in casa, with loved ones and ourselves. Our intention is to cultivate space for all of it. The joy, pain, and change.
Como dijo Mars, Dolores Y Refugio se trata de dos primos que viven en diferentes estados, un estado aparte y quienes están en sus propios caminos de curación o sanación, también se puede decir, y de descubrimiento. Documentaremos the pains y los lugares o espacios en que encontramos refugio. Cuando pensamos en dónde empieza el cambio, it's at home, con nuestros seres queridos y con nosotros mismos. Nuestras intenciones es cultivar un espacio para todo, la alegría, el dolor o sufrimiento y la evolución o el cambio y también la transformación.
Basically, we're just going to talk about really deep
And that's where it gets a little nerve-wracking. That's where it's just like son las cosas que tal vez entre algunos de la familia de alguna manera se comentan, se dicen, pero no es de criticar, no es de juzgar, es de decir, yo, there's always joy, but a lot of times there's the pain and the traumas, if you will, that just aren't openly spoken about, honestly spoken about. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we want to do with you guys.
So again, thanks. And for those of you who don't know us, who are we? So my name is Marisa Mars Correa. I'm a 30-year-old queer cis mujer, currently in Portland, Oregon. I use she, ella pronouns, and I was going to tell you my astrological sign, but I want to keep it a little mystery. Maybe in a couple episodes, you'll guess. Maybe I'll give you clues. I am extroverted and I really enjoy nature, which is partly why I live in the Pacific Northwest. And I would also consider myself a truth seeker and someone who just wants to be like living this life as much as I can. And in that, it also means holding compassion for myself and for others. And I don't know, I think we all do things that cause harm to ourselves and to others. And it's not an excuse to be like, and that's just part of being human. But like, I hope to share space with everyone and with Chris around just how to be better, because I know that there's good. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
My turn. For those of you guys that don't know who I am Christian Correa. I'm a cisgender man who uses he, him, his pronouns. I live in Los Angeles, California. For those of you guys know, Los Angeles is a pretty big, broad area. I'm down in the city in the southeastern part of the county. Shout out to 562, for those of you who know where that's at. And so I share a lot of things. I have a lot of things in common with Mars. One that stands out is spending time outdoors, enjoying that. I enjoy the challenge, or I enjoy being challenged. I enjoy conversations with people. I think that's something that people can see in me rather quickly when they meet me, and it's just with a random stranger. We all have a story. I could easily spark a conversation, see where that goes. I'm just curious to know who you are, where you come from. And it's an exciting beginning that we are starting now. Mars wants to hold her astrological sign to herself. I'm not too knowledgeable in all that space and realm. Mars, you're my teacher. I have many questions, but shout out my Virgos. I'm a Virgo myself, born August 29th. Check it out. Check out the calendar. Tune in, tap in. Check out the moon cycle or whatever is entailed in that. I love it. I just am excited for this again because I want there to be a growth for myself out of this where, I do have little ones looking up to me, in the family, that I want to be that positive influence for and towards. And that's really being intentional, right? I don't have it all right now, but through this process, in looking inwards, right? I feel like it'll facilitate, stepping into that role for the future generation and really just bringing change on a lot of repetitive cycles. Speaking for myself, and I think Mars can relate, of cycles in behavior in the family. There's good, there's also some negatives that should change. And we're here now. We're here with you guys. Again, gracias por enseñar el interés en este podcast.
Pero like, how did we get here?
You want the short answer or the long answer, Mars?
I don't know if you can give a short answer. So
I'll try. How did we get here? Man, I remember, okay, so it started with a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
You made that phone call. Now, this is the short answer, right? There's a backstory behind to the numerous conversations, of conversations that we've had, of your own personal life, my personal life, just things that we want to see change, right? Again, going back to what a big part of what this is about. You're a big part of this, Mars. You know, you made the phone call, you called me. I feel that the differences, yet similarities in both of us make a great partnership for this. Y sí, así llegamos. Una llamada me hiciste, Cristian. I take that back. It was a text message. I have an idea. I want to present you something, pitch you something. I want you to be a part of it. Y ya sabía, ya tenía la idea. Hablamos, and I couldn't help but say, let's do it.
What did I say?
You were on...
I was on a personal retreat.
You were on your personal retreat, and you just said, I remember, Mars, the way you presented it, you just said, you know what, Chris, I have this idea. You know, I want us to work together towards generating a space in a podcast realm donde hablaremos de cosas, compartiremos cosas de que ya hemos hablado tú y yo. Y igual, también invitar a seres queridos. That's what I remember of you hitting me with.
Yeah, and for a little bit more backstory, I mean, I was on a what I call personal retreat. It was the beginning of January. And I booked a hotel room, and I kind of just was thinking about what am I going to do with my time and this year. And at that time I was like, should I get like a second job, save some more money? I had just moved back to Portland after spending about 6 months at my parents' house in LA. And so there was just so much transition happening in my life. And I had to ask myself the question, like, do I invest my time in more money to get out of debt? Or do I invest my time in still working and doing something that I've always wanted to do? And I think there's something really beautiful about documenting stories, experiences, and I think that you and I bring such a unique perspective to things, and because of our lived experiences. And man, I'm just really glad that you said yes.
I couldn't help but just say yes, because we just have, again, shedding light on the conversations, like why have them end there, where no, let's take action, let's create something, you know, like you said. And I love that you really sat down and said, okay, how do I want to spend the next year? Where do I want to invest my time and energy? You know, and it's towards this passion project of yours, of ours, right? Where what else got us here? Nuestras experiencias, todo lo que hemos pasado, y igual, todos tenemos diferentes experiencias.
Claro.
Lo bueno, lo malo, lo difícil, los sacrificios, ¿verdad? We survived COVID. I think that's
kind of.
who did it.
We're still
yeah.
No,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
Right, donde es todo eso. Las decisiones, hablando de mí personalmente, las decisiones no tan buenas, ¿verdad? Los caminos ya más rectos, mejores, más positivos, todo eso nos ha juntado ahora aquí. Y that's...
Y hablando de eso, o sea, yo estoy como en un proceso de tratar de entender how to not live in a punitive world where I'm trying to hold space to learn about all the quote unquote like mistakes and ways that we as individuals, but also society, like how we harm ourselves.
Mm.
And then how do we hold compassion and learn and change?
I love that. Hold compassion, learn, and change.
And that's like
Yes.
very, very, very basic, like accountability.
Mm.
And I don't know. Yeah, I think that's something that you and I have spoken about over the years without calling it accountability.
Yeah.
And now there's I've joked, and then we decided to put it on the internet so that everyone can see and hear. But truly, I want to hear about other people trying to do it too. You know, I am very excited to focus on us and like in the ways in which like just our lived experience, like we're so like what does it mean to be queer for me? What does it mean like to not live in LA? What does it mean for you to be working the way that you do? Like what does it mean?
What does it mean for me to be 31 and still single? You know? And that's another thing right there too, right? Where our lived experiences, como dices, las experiencias ya vividas que tenemos, and share that, and como dijiste, and I love it, and también tener el interés, verdad, honestamente, de escuchar también las experiencias de otra gente, y especialmente para los que ya lo han hecho, están ahorita en el camino de superarse ellas mismas, and those of us that are beginning that journey, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. So what should people expect, right? Like I've been, and right before we got on this call, I mean, I think so just like, what is this podcast? What are we doing? Who are we?
Dolores Y Refugio is about, okay, two cousins. Hold on, try this again. I know what it's about, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've come to the conclusion that we don't necessarily fit any one category. And I don't know why I'm surprised. That feels so aligned to everything in my life. Right? Like, why was I so fixated on making sure we fit under something when maybe we're a lifestyle podcast? I don't know. But like, we're hoping to interview some wonderful people who have shaped us.
And that's what can people expect? Going back to your question.
Yeah.
Is like you said, Mars, it's es algo que con este podcast hablaremos de muchos temas. Ojalá enfocándonos en un tema en cada publicación, ¿verdad? Y los temas van a ser de muchas diferentes cosas que son importantes para nosotros. Themes that are really important to us. The mental health, right?
Salud
What does that mean?
mental.
¿Verdad? Y in doing it, and we've talked about this, you worded it, and it forever is burning my brain of if we're going to do this, and when we start doing this, let's do it in a responsible way, ¿verdad? En decir, ok, bueno, también, pues, ¿qué estamos haciendo nosotros mismos para poder hablar de ciertas cosas, hablar con otros de ciertas cosas? Y eso, para mí, es ya empezando las sesiones de counseling, therapy sessions. I start therapy. Thank God, round of applause. Shout out to those that are doing it. I'm excited. That's coming up. That's a whole nother situation, another topic, but that's a way for that I feel comfortable, you know, continuing on with this. And I feel that, como dijiste, también queremos hablar con gente muy especial en nuestras vidas personales, ambos miembros de nuestra familia, y ojalá que bueno, it's going to be different topics that we'll be talking about, right?
Sí. O sea, motherhood.
Shout out all my moms out there. Todas ustedes que son mamás, abuelas, bisabuelas. Huge shout out.
Alcoholism.
Tell me about it, man.
What does it mean to be queer? What does it mean to be queer within the Latinx community?
Let's talk about it. Let's dive into that. Let's educate ourselves.
What else do we got?
We have drug abuse, substance abuse.
Is it abuse?
Right?
I feel like there's a different way of saying it now.
That's why I didn't say drugs, because drugs, I mean, that's why I said substance. You know that, why not also, well, relationships.
Oh, right.
Marriage. I mean, I don't know if, I mean, I'm not married, you're not married, but.
We're not married. But you know what? I think that's we are not married.
No.
And we're 30. And people around us are getting married and are having children. And
I think
that's a topic.
In our culture.
You know, we both come from mothers that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, yeah.
No, just coming from mothers that had children young. And also about travel. I think we'll definitely have a conversation about that.
Absolutely. Being first generation born.
Being first generation.
First generation, and you know.
What's it like living in the Pacific Northwest? Yep, that's a whole conversation too.
Culture, traditions that we want to honor, right? Continue with, and what does that look like? ¿Verdad? Y también igual hay muchas tradiciones que tal vez son relacionadas con fechas importantes del año. Tal vez también hay un elemento de religión.
So, ¿estás diciendo que vamos a hablar de nuestra relación con el Catholicism?
Bam.
Controversial. I mean, we're really bringing it, I think.
Yes.
Also, tu mamá, la mamá del Cristian, is my madrina for confirmation, I think.
Oh, that's right. Se me olvidó.
So, truly, truly a controversial. Es muy controversial. Y con eso también quiero decir que es importante, like, how do I say this? Es importante saber que queremos hacerlo con muchísimo amor. Estas conversaciones, respetar los valores que tienen nuestras familias. Y a la misma vez creo que es como una práctica de cómo convivir cuando no necesariamente piensas igual, ¿verdad? Y
And it's okay.
exactly, it's okay. Y creo que una cosita más para mí en todo este proyecto es expresarme y dejar dejar que la familia me conozca un poquito más.
Sí, 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 sí.
Y hablaremos muchísimo más de eso, o sea, pero no sé cómo describirlo, más como, hola, soy Marisa, you can call me Mars, y me gustaría también conocerlos y que me conozcan un poquito más. Pero man, I have so much love for our people. So.
Amen. A la raza, nuestra gente. No, sí, también another thing to dive into, to expect is, conversations about communication, right? And, or lack of communication, the consequences of lack of communication, la comunicación, o también las consecuencias por la falta de comunicación entre quien sea, mamá, papá, hijos y los padres, entre hermanos, hermanas. I have one brother, which he knows I'm being intentional. He is too. I'll give him credit in querer empezar, establecer y seguir con una línea de comunicación abierta, porque honestamente no hemos tenido la mejor comunicación, pero es un ejemplo, pues, de lo
So
que...
an episode on siblings? Woo! I mean, I feel like I'm getting a little hot right now. It's getting hot. I think la gente como que están entendiendo qué vamos a hacer. We're really just staying true.
Staying true, staying and keeping love present, love really in the forefront, because it's not about dysfunction. It's not about...
Maria Correa,
no
it is not about dysfunction.
No.
But if anything, it's to normalize
the
reality.
Sí.
That there is conflict and that there is like what happens when you grow. And there's growing pains, and it's okay.
So, igual como nosotros estamos nerviosos, excited, no se pongan ustedes sí. A los que tal vez piensen los que a los que vamos a hablar y contactarnos para que nos
para que nos
acompañen. There we go. Para los que nos van a acompañar.
Estoy muy, ¿cómo dice Selena? Estoy muy excited.
Oh, sí, claro que sí. So no, it's we're bringing it, and you guys bring it too. Lo que quieran, también comentar, sugerir, preguntar. Vamos a también estar en ciertas redes sociales, diferentes platforms en donde se puedan comunicar con nosotros. So it's
sí, en Spotify, Instagram y también YouTube. Si nos están viendo así en video, es YouTube y Spotify y nos están escuchando. Y, Dolores Y Refugio, 2 cousins, 2 families, 2 states apart, too much.
Oh, tune in. Love y'all. Los queremos mucho.
Ciao, ciao.
Stay in touch. Be good.